Hello, and thank you for speaking to us here on BBC News. These religious meetings, you've been present, you've painted a lot of them. What's it like when you're there?
Well, often I was the only person in the room other than, usually just two religious leaders meeting with each other. All over the world I've travelled. First of all, I was usually the only woman, but second of all, I was only allowed in there because I wasn't recording their words, and so everything I recorded was in drawings and photographs and kind of the visual image. But I have spent now 10 years following and witnessing these sort of interfaith meetings where the religious leaders have been trying to work out together and individually how they speak about each other without undermining the absolute truth of their own faith. And this is in fact why religious leaders haven't met in history. It's really only the last decade, since 9/11, that global religious leaders have made a really kind of serious effort and have been meeting in this way. So yes, this meeting today has been 10 years in the making.
And would you say, because obviously you've been party there to something very intimate, very special, how important do you think these meetings are?
I think they're incredibly important because I think that, religious leaders haven't met because actually, as human beings, we have all kinds of differences that we have to kind of resolve and live together. And if we're to live together in peace, we have to accept each other's different beliefs. And religious belief, in a sense, because it's absolute, is almost the most extreme. And it's why many people go to war in the name of religion. And so the fact that these leaders have been trying to work out and succeeding in having public events and private events to talk about each other without undermining those absolute beliefs, that's a really huge deal. And actually politicians and all of us have a lot to learn.
We're just looking at some pictures now on the screen and everything looks very serious, very calm. When you're there and you're painting, what's it like? I know you've painted Pope Francis, but is there a certain theme that you try to capture within the painting? Just talk us through it.
I see myself as there as a witness, and so I'm really interested in kind of recording exactly what is happening at all kind of levels, not just what is being said, but the body language. Sometimes, the differences and difficulties are really intense, and they're not always easy meetings, and I suspect today's were no different. But actually the leaders that have been meeting with each other are doing it in good faith to try and move a story on that has been kind of stuck for hundreds and thousands of years. So actually I think it is a big deal that they've been having these meetings, and today's meeting was very significant.
What's Pope Francis like?
Well, I've spent a lot of time with political leaders and religious leaders, and I would say of everybody I've met, he exudes a calm that is quite extraordinary, and I think he has a kind of deep self-confidence and kind of humility that allows him to sort of really, he is calm, and it sort of affects everybody around him. It genuinely is extraordinary.
Nicola Green, it's been fascinating. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you.
Thank you.